Yo, good morning. A little bit late. Right off the gate, a nice little 1 minute resistance here. Like some wickage. I would like to point out a 5-minute tweezer. Well, they weren't together, but I usually do a walk every morning, and I look at I was like, oh, look at those. Would you just look at it? Very nice. If you were trading this early in the morning, these could have faked you out. But then I did a little sweep and then went. Anyways. Ooh. I'm telling you, I think my trading style is changing. Can't even think right now. It's actually a long weekend. Like, it's a holiday right now for where I am, but not in the US, so. Let's see how this closes right here. I know I'm really gotten away from my core plays, but every time you watch what's going on in the 1 minute, this will mess with you sometimes, but I don't like the green close there. Just the wick. Something keeps pushing it down. Something keeps pushing it back up as well. So now it's not even relevant. Now it's done, right? This is why those little tiny extra confirmations that has to close red, and ideally add a big body. Up until then, this is just like catching my eye, but that's it. There's nothing more going on. All right, let's just check some levels. What's going on here? All right, I was just pointing out that. Okay, that's relevant. Not gonna get this high, but I mean, let's see if it comes back to this as a support. We don't need yesterday. Well, let's take a look on yesterday's anchored VWAP not showing relevant. Oh, what did I just do? Push the wrong button. Yesterday's equal high and lows. Oh, no, sorry. Yesterday's previous high and low. Here we go. There it is. And there it is. Okay, we don't need that line then. Okay. Alright, at least we know where everything is, and see if something catches our attention. Welcome viewers. We were just pointing out when I first got on a bit late, how this looked here was developing. It's kind of wicks up here, but I said the only way it'd be interesting is if it closed red. One of them, a nice big red candle, but then it didn't. So we didn't even consider touching it with the green closes and then blasted through. So these little extra confirmations help for what I'm trading, at least. What is this again? A big daily level? Is that what this is? Yeah, up here. Okay. Okay, so you know the opening range breakout? This is just gonna add a whole nother layer that'll add second guessing. Something I have noticed. When it has a decently big bar, decently big first bar, okay? So it's moved a lot. Now we're having another big move, but this has not opened and closed outside the range. So we're gonna ask it to do another move of opening and closing outside, and now you've moved so much. I do not like those longs. So just pointing that out there. Sometimes I think I've noticed on these times that potentially getting in a little earlier is okay. When it's just kind of on the line, it just barely didn't open and close, but it's just things I noticed. I can't quantify these things. I just can tell you that when I see a really big one off the open, so it's already moved so far. And then it's gonna move again, but because it didn't open and close outside, it's not a signal. I just find they don't work as well. But if you want to trade it super robotic, then you can take those ones. Go for it. What's going on here? Check out what REFPUUAZB's doing. That was a nice push off of it. My account's all ready to go. Yep. Goodness. Of course, if there's any questions, go for it. We're just waiting for trades, so I was doing some work on the side. This would be the open and close outside the 5-minute range. Stop defaulting to that. Yeah, I just, there's no way I'm taking the opening range break on this. I mean, you are just buying this so high up there. But it can work. This is where, but I'm not here, where you would need to, if you're trading the opening range break, either have a rule when it goes X amount of pips already, I don't jump in, or you take them religiously, like an algorithm would, and let the numbers play out. I have to update it for May. I don't think May's been as strong as the past months for this year. I hear something weird. Mr. One Viewer. I don't know who's on here, but... So I've been live streaming on YouTube for, I don't know, a couple months, on and off. Not consistent, not super, pretty consistent. Most of my streams will average between, I don't know, like the total view count, which includes even after, will be like between 30 and 100. Then there's this one that did 1100. And there's nothing special about the stream. Nothing. The title's the same. Everything's the same. Everything's the same. How come that one got over 1,000 views? I think I just don't know how the YouTube algorithm works. There's something funky going on there. I mean, it's nice. It's almost like they pushed it for a while. But, yeah, who knows, man. There's no way I would take this. This is insanity. I need to pull back. This just moved so far. I want to take this short. It's gone up so far. But I know it would be jumping the gun. I cannot. All I have is 2 tops, but they're green. Even though, so this is just tracking that opening range breakout play, just for fun. But you could have almost hit your 1-to-1 if you took this. And the idea was just the double top. Oh yeah, you hit it. So I've already kind of had the reaction, so like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I want to jump into that. My gut felt pretty good that we had a double top here. I want this to be red. It's just something I've noticed. Maybe it'll come back up, give us a 3rd or 4th. Yeah, we're in no rush here. See how this closes. 5 minute with a nice wick would be nice. I don't like that it was higher than the other one. Usually I like them to close underneath. Hello? Dude, I can't figure this thing out. My stream says there's nobody on the chat, or it says 0 viewers. But then there's a little investor. No, sir. I was talking about this, which I think is relevant. So, I was telling whoever was on earlier that when it's already moved up so far, if I had an ATR out, but I can just tell this candle is monstrous compared to the other ones, right? It's moved up so far. Then, because this one did not open and close outside, we have to wait for another one. And price has already moved so freaking far. I would not be getting long on that for the opening range breakout. And then I followed that statement with saying if you want to trade it like a computer or an algorithm, you can make the decision no matter what. I take it no matter what. I just think I've seen, and it's hard for me to track this. It's hard to quantify this because it doesn't happen very often, where it's just moved so far based on the way how the candle's closed that we're gonna long up here after all of this. Like, this would be a morning where I would say we should probably wait for it to come back and bounce off anchor VWAP. We're here and then go long. Yeah, so I have not. I've been noting things. I took note of these double tops on the 1 minute, but they weren't, you actually would have got a profit. A 1-to-4, or sorry, 1.4. So I would have hit my 1-to-1, but it wasn't closing red, so I just decided to pass. If we get some more good wicks up here, and the 5 minute closes red with a wick, that'd be beautiful. This is simply tracking The play I said I wouldn't take. Just for fun. The one that's already moved so far. That's how far we need this to go. It can happen. But I don't want to take that. I don't want to take that. I'd rather wait for give me a short signal here. It's already moved up so far. I did look at the higher time frame, but I don't think I generated much of a bias. Obviously, the last few hours have been going up. It's obviously hit resistance. The long-term trend's up. You know how I trade these are just minor confluences. Minor. I'm just waiting for a pair of signals to give me something nice. And I was also saying it's a holiday today for me. So I wasn't sure if I was getting up, but we did it. We did it. Bet you if we threw up a 13 EMA, it's hugging it perfectly, or a 9. Some days, certain plays are gonna work really well. Like a trending day, like I bet you the 9 EMA is gonna just hug it perfectly. Oh, whoa! This is aggressive price movement. This is the 9 EMA, and it's like far from it. We're getting a pullback. We are getting a pullback. Does that make any sense of why? Like, we're moving up really aggressively. The 9 EMA is like kind of a nice benchmark for it hugging it pretty well. But like, look how far it is from the 9 EMA, the blue one. So I'm definitely waiting for a signal. But I can't, again, hard to explain these things. This is not part of my strategy. I'm waiting for a pullback right now. I'm just kind of trying to read the play. But it's moved up far and fast. It's not even close to the 20 EMA, which again is another benchmark. It's way up there. It's got to come back. It will come back. We just got to figure out when. And can it come back before it hits our stop loss? That's what we're trying to figure out. That's all. And it's, you know what? It's creeping up to yesterday's daily high. Okay, let's get these lines off because they're ugly. You know what? Even the anchored. Well, no, let's keep the anchored view up. You know what? Well, I like a clean chart where there's no lines, but these were levels that were worth taking note. Again, why were these taking note? I haven't seen a pair of tweezers yet on my 5-minute, which is, I come into the morning with kind of a main thing I'm looking for, and it's tweezers. The opening range breakout is there, but I don't know why. It's like I don't know why it's not my main play. I don't know if I like the hunt and the thrill of finding other things out there. I don't really know. We will pull back. I just gotta think. We gotta get a nice. It might go up here first. Like, that's the thing. We don't know when. Dude, I just woke up one morning, like 4 days ago. Messed up my neck. Okay, we got something starting here. I don't know if that's enough, guys. Is that enough? Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. Look how bullish the 5-minute is. You give me one more, I'll do it. I'll go short. But it's really strong right now. I just, jumping in front of that, ooh, that's scary. You give me one more and I will. You know what I'll do? I think I'll set a buy stop order. Which says if this breaks, frick, it won't stop grabbing it. Oh, whatever. I'm saying if it breaks the low of this candle, I would jump in. but the tool's not letting me. Which is good, the tool's doing its job. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah if that breaks. This is just for me. First disclosure, please don't copy. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's a little later than I wanted, so I wanted to get in right here. That's where I wanted to get in. Instead, I filled it I filled down. Oh, that's not too bad. But yeah, it's bullish, man. This might break. Oh yeah, that's a quick loss. Welcome to the 1 minute. Oh, too bad. That was fast. Welcome to the 1 minute. Because in the 5 minute, you're still safe. Nothing's told you on the 5 minute, you're good. Oh, don't do this. I'm on stream. Don't tempt me. Yep. Doing one more. Call me undisciplined. That's okay. That's okay. I'll take the name. That's awesome. I was part of this. People that saw what they saw. It grabbed our stops, and they kept going. It can lose again. It absolutely can lose again, and I will have a 2% loss day. But I like this. And then I will officially shut down MT4. I used to trade back in the day where if I took one loss, I was allowed one more. This worked well for me. And then if I won, I was done. Like if I had one winner, I was usually done. Oh yeah, look at this. It's going to grab us again. That's okay. Then we'll shut her down. Wow. But sometimes I have to... Yeah, okay. We're donezo. We are donezo on MT4. It's okay. Sometimes these are lessons for me to say, look. I mean, the 1 minute's been winning though. Like I did 2 or 3% last. I had some good trades last week that were all based on the 1 minute. Look at that, eh? Just like presented a bit of an opportunity. Now, to be fair, to be fully fair, when you first got your triple here, you did get a 1-to-1. Okay, was it my sloppy fill? Okay, hold on a minute. Oh, I wanted one more, so I got in down here, but actually I think I filled down here. So interesting. Somebody made money on that. Somebody saw the double top hesitation. You had triple. 1, 2, 3. They got in. They made their 1-to-1. They could have made, if you had a good fill, you could have got 2.5R. This actually makes me feel a little bit better. It's not that my execution was bad on this. You have to be, I think, pretty dang fast on the 1 minute. Okay. I don't feel awful about that, actually. Nobody likes to see the account go down. Of course not. Funny enough, you also are not far from your opening range breakout target. So again, this is what it would have been. And you can laugh at me for not taking it. That's okay. That's your 1-to-1 if you took that opening range breakout, but it's just so extended. I've also made note, I said this earlier in the chat, and these are just to maybe give you ideas. When I'm back testing, when I found that it's already had a big push on the first candle, and it held up nicely, and then you had another green candle, but because of just the way the candles closed, it didn't open and close, like just barely, it didn't open outside the range and close. Maybe you give yourself a green light on that signal, but you have to be careful, because then do you take all the signals where it doesn't open and close outside? So you gotta be a little careful. But anyways, I'm officially now can just answer questions if there are questions, or I'm done trading. There's no way I can do more than 2% loss. Done. Part of the reason is because if you take a third or a fourth and these all lose, you need to protect your psychology. Like, your psychology is messed up now. Watching your account go down 4% in a day or 3%, it's no good. It's not good. You know, even 2 is not fun to watch, but you can come back. What if a tweezer comes along? Oh, you can take a trade. I will not take a trade if a tweezer comes along. And the only reason is, I don't know about you. Look at the 5-minute. Are you talking about that little tiny one that printed, or if another one comes up? Like if a red candle comes here, like a nice red wick there. If that's what you're talking about, yeah, I think you could take a trade. The reason I won't take another trade is because if it looked like the greatest trade on the freaking planet, I shouldn't be taking it, because it's risk management. It's psychology protection. I heard a trader once speak about, it was fascinating. It was something to do with, I don't take a third trade right now because I don't want to risk losing. But yeah, you're nice, dude. Red wick. Yes, that would be awesome. I don't take a third trade, not just because I don't want to lose 3%, but more importantly, I want to protect my psychology. I know what it feels like when I lose way more percentage than I said I would. I'm targeting 1 loss. I've already taken 2. I've already kind of actually broken my rule a little bit and took a second trade. But to be fair, we kind of took 2 trades on Friday that won, so this is whatever. It's trader karma. So yeah, I don't want to see that account go down 3% today. Oh my gosh, look at that. This thing's pushing. So now you're at yesterday's daily high. That's a strong level. Okay, now we'll see what happens. Yesterday's daily high. This is where like the absolute, yeah, dude, bulls are crushing it. This is where the absolute patient traders are gonna wait for. This is like, but how many signals are you gonna get? The opening range stop probably hit. Yeah, no, not stop. Profit hit. The profit would have hit on opening range breakout. It won. Oh, it won. Yep. Yes, sir. Which is nice to see for the data. Maybe, again, everything I said about it going too far, I haven't quantified that. You have to track it and literally make a note somewhere on the column, overextended, based on what? Your eyes, which is what it is. It looks overextended. And then see if when I make that call, it still wins or loses. Today, obviously, the bull is not looking back. You've only had some minor... There has been 2 short opportunities that I pointed out, but I was not confident to get in. No way. One was these double tops on here, but this is on the 1 minute and it didn't close red, so it's not a strong signal. I just took note. And then here, which could have won, but I had a really sloppy entry. Valid. But you're at a really strong level now, so we'll see. It could blast right through it. I mean, think about it. Every day the stock market is going up, it's breaking yesterday's high. So the index does not have to stop at yesterday's high. I just think we'll get a reaction off of it. This could be the only reaction, and then it blows through it. Or if you got a set of tweezers up there, or maybe even a John Wick candle or a bottle rocket. So if this one candle closes all the way down red, it's a pretty strong signal. Strong in my books. And if it loses, you just have to tell yourself it's just one of the losers. You're truly flipping a coin that you believe is weighted 60% in your favor. if you were in school and your math teacher said, here's a coin that's weighted 60% heads, and you had a bag of loonies to bet. Actually, this is an interesting, this is actually really interesting. If the teacher said you have a bag of loonies, 100 loonies, and you can put as many as you want on each bet, people would probably lose money. Actually, this is fascinating. So, anyways, hold on, I don't want to get distracted. Because human psychologies will probably, we might even start discipline by doing 1 or 2 loonies, but as we start losing, we might start doubling up the risk. Someone might bet it all on one and they lose. But if he said you can only bet 1 loony each flip, it will make money if it's 60% weighted. Because you know that over 100 flips or 1,000 flips, 60% will win. It's a fascinating thought. That is your back testing. It's kind of facts. We don't know if the future will have the same batting average of what we back tested. Nobody can tell that. But it's all you can go off of. There's nothing else you can do. You have to get some data. Anyways, it's an interesting thought. I gotta do a video on that. That's a good. It just puts it into perspective. We have a bag of loonies. Okay, in my situation with the prop firm, I have 10 loonies. As in, you're only allowed to lose 10%. Or the account's blown. So I essentially forget the 50,000 or the 6,000. If I'm betting 1% and I'm allowed 10%, I get 10 loonies to bet. Sorry, I have 10 loonies and I can never lose all 10. So I might win and I get a loonie back. So now I have 11 loonies. Sorry, I'm saying loonies. That's $1 in Canada because you guys aren't from Canada. I should say $1. That's what a loonie is in Canada. It's $1. So a coin. I should just call them coins. It's an interesting thought. These are your coins. Once you lose them, you're done. Hence, risk management. We got to diversify our risks. So, me taking 2 trades today. Okay, here's an interesting one. If I took the second trade because I didn't like how it faked me out, and I actually truly thought that was going to be a liquidity grab and then pull back down. So I actually thought it makes sense to take another trade. However, like if it did that, price is clearly bullish, and there's sure as heck no way I should be taking another one. Anyways, but you're right, man. If this pushes up, gives you another wick, a double wick off of a daily high, previous daily high, oh yeah, I would take that. But even then, there's no way to know how far it's going to go. It might react, but will it react to your full 1-to-1? You don't know. You know what I'm going to do? Because I actually don't want to do this, but out of discipline, I'm going to do this. I'm going to quickly update the back testing really quick. Let's see how it did in May. It's really important to know these things. To go, Doug, if you stuck with this strategy, here's what your results would have been. It can be either just a kind of a slap in the face of like, you dummy, you should have stuck with this. But I think this is how you get better, man. This is how we get better, is doing this testing. And just get this all set. Make sure you can see everything. For the purpose of this, I'm gonna get my big old head out of the way so you can see everything. Okay, so today won. Okay, what's today? Today is May 9th. We're a little behind here. So here's all I do. Add a little column. May 19th. That's nothing. I'm gonna delete that one pretty soon. There used to be a play that would actually show up like once, like maybe 3 a month. That was pretty good, and it doesn't show up anymore. So that's nothing. Oh, sorry. This one won. Oh my gosh. It won. 7 a.m. EG. We haven't had one yet. tweezers, haven't had one yet. Except, oh, if I reset the chart, that's beautiful, man. That was a nice. But see, they're not perfect. They're not side by side, but they look nice. They're both green. So I can't count this. It's not in my time frame. Nothing. No, I've seen nothing here yet. Well, hold on. I'm gonna say the question mark for me just tells me that I didn't stick around long enough. Okay, so let's go to May for the Friday. Okay, Friday, no trade, other than if we're gonna track. I think for some reason, I have been tracking, even though this is way outside my time frame. Look at this one. Okay, hold on a minute. I gotta get. You wanna know why I'm sighing? Oh, look at this one. It did lose. Oh, that isn't. Okay, here's the lesson. If we've chosen to backtest, factually, you have to count this one. Unless you're going to put a clause in there. Put a clause. Then we have a news candle that creates a massive wick. We're not going to take it. If you do that, you can skip this on the testing. But if you're not, we have to count this. It sucks. I don't want to count it. I want the results to be super good on the back testing. But it lost. Did 5-minute open and close outside? Yes, it did. It wicked. Because I'm trying to figure out, what does this mean on the price? If it has a wick and it gets pushed up. But if the wick's massive, I'm still trying to learn those things. Is the signal as powerful? Clearly, it didn't give a rip about the 5-minute range. It came back out. Anyways, so to keep you don't want to not count this, and then you collect 100 or 200 trades, and you go, oh, it has a 70% win rate. And then someone goes, no, it didn't. You skipped certain trades that you didn't like in hindsight, so your results look better than they are. Anyways, don't do that. You could have got a good one here, like a nice clean. Oh, there as well. Okay, let's carry on though. Let's treat it like if it was an algorithm computer, it would have took that. Unless you put the clause in of the wick being too big. But how many layers are we gonna add to this? Okay, here we go. So there's your first one. It opened and closed outside the range, and then it tried to fake you out there. Oh, 92. I think I remember this day. Yeah, it wasn't very far long ago. So it did not hit your target, and then it stopped you out. Sucks, but that's a loss. Now, you can take mental note that I've been putting my thing to break even at 0.9R. And this is what I was talking about. I've literally said in previous streams, I notice that when it goes 0.9R or so 0.8, when it gets pretty close to my target, and then if it hits your break even, it's gonna stop you out. Like, I've just been seeing that pattern. It could be arbitrary, but I think I've been seeing that, so I'm sticking with that. But it still gets counted as a loss. Okay, 7 a.m. EG. I'm just seeing if we see something. This would be it. That's a loss. See you later. Now, would I like to be taking an EG as it's coming into these tweezers and hitting the 5-minute range? No. This is where you could be an intuitive trader. Intuition, and just kind of like take things you feel good about. How do I... Anyways. But if we're doing factual backtesting, we have to count these things. Tweezers, not really seeing much this day. Again, hard for me to quantify, but these just don't look... These are super small, even though these might have won, but I'm not counting them. You kind of have to backtest on what you know you would take. And these are just kind of far apart and tiny wicks. Yeah, you know, when I'm like teaching this, it's hard for me to actually explain, but sometimes you have to just go with what you know your eyes are comfortable with and what you would actually take in the moment and what you wouldn't. That's the data you want to collect. Because as much as we try to make this mechanical, it's tough. If we just say wicks, then we have to count every candle that has wicks. That's everything though. Like, you can't count all of these. So I put some rules and I said, well, I don't really like when the wick breaks the previous one. Okay. I don't like when the wick is extremely small. Okay. You start to build a little bit of a structure around it. You know, how do you, I'm actually pretty sure we took one of these. It might have been this day. How do you quantify that you like the wick rejection here? And then you get another pair of them here. And it closed outside the 5-minute range and you go, you know what? I love that. I'm going to take it. It's hard to quantify that. Anyways, let's keep going real quick. I want to get this back testing up to date. May 14th. Okay, so we don't lose our track here. May 14th. Yeah, there's nothing going on here on that one. I can see right away if I lost. Boom. Open and closed outside. Bam. It does have a wick on the bottom. I actually remember this day. I think we took a loss. So May is not doing well on this strategy. At all. But the reality is, I do know this about the strategy. I know this strategy can have some rough patches, but when you look at the overall results for the year, it's still not bad. I don't think I see an EG. No. Okay. Do we have any clean sets of tweezers? Is this the one we took? Remember the day where I took a set of tweezers right off the open? Yep. That was it. They weren't super close, but I just liked it. It was coming up to yesterday's 5-minute range. I liked this wick here. I literally remember this. Or I called it and I didn't take it. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. I have to go back to my history. This is so tough. Am I seeing any though that I would actually track? Well, I took this, so heck yeah, I'm gonna track it. This is my back testing. I'll track that. Triple wick. This one, if it didn't break the low. These are just kind of big clusters. No. This is, can you see how hard it is to do authentic backtesting? Dude, it's so hard. That's where trading FX replay, man, really comes in clutch, because you can't fake it unless you go memorize the data and then go back and trade, which is so sad. But you could do that for like YouTube views, which I think people actually do. I hate it, man. You could go to FX replay and memorize the data and then go trade it and be like, yo, look, 80% win rate. Wow. And everyone's like, this guy's a genius. Look what he just did. You have to analyze and go, hold on a minute. He could have. Anyways, I will never do that on this channel. Okay, here's a hard one as well. Price. We're looking for the open and close, right? Here's our first one. I gotta write down my rules stronger. Do we require price to come back and test the zone first, or no? I don't think so. I just need a pullback, which I got, and then a green candle, which I got. So I've got to count it as a loser. Have to. Or your data's false. Your data's not accurate. What a losing streak. Let's see, bro. Ooh, yeah, looks nice, dude. Looks really nice. I just have to remind you, it can lose. Yeah, it's beautiful. It has, okay, your yesterday's daily high, a liquidity sweep up there, boom, boom, yeah, for sure I would take it. But I don't want to get you jacked up on it and then it loses and you're like, what the heck? It's still just a 60% win rate flip. I don't know how to quantify this being way better. I just like it. Oh yeah. I'd feel so good about losing on this trade. You have a set of tweezers. It didn't break the previous high. It's engulfing the previous candle, but it's not engulfing massive where the trade's already run away with you. Now's your chance if you are taking it. And then it swept up here. If this loses, you can feel good. You can feel good that, I mean, you were patient this whole time. I wouldn't, I know it's tempting to put your stop up here. I wouldn't do that because now you're telling the stock you need to go all the way down here. But you have enough going on where you can just do that. You only need the stock to go here. You're already halfway there. Live, done. You took it? Close the system. Oh, you took it and closed your system? Nice job. Do you want me to close my... Because now you can watch it on my screen, which is kind of defeating the purpose, but I think this is going to do okay. This is my guess. But, you know, maybe it's only going to pull back to here, which would just barely pass your target, depending on your entry. I will be proud if you... That's a good trade. I did put the stop at the top of the wick, though. Okay, so that just means... Keep it open, mate. Okay. Yeah. Again, this is a 40 pip stop. That's not small. That's totally fine. And this might just be with my eyeballs. I've just noticed. Yeah, you've hit target on the tighter stop, but you did a wider stop. So wider stop. 1 to 1. Wider stop. Yeah, it's getting there. Again, depends on, look how much it changes. Depends on your fill. Don't have the liquidity for small stuff. Oh, okay. Well, then it is what it is. And guess what? Some trades, you're going to be protected by doing the wider stop, and some trades are going to lose because of the wider stop. It is what it is. And I have to come to terms, which is hard for me to do, to just let it go. I want to know all of the data. I want to know what is the best thing for me to do. Stop here or stop there or wait for this or wait for this or never look at the 1 minute chart again, which might... I'm telling this in front of the whole stream that people are going to rewatch later. I think I know I need to stop looking at the 1 minute, but it calls me back, man, like a tub of ice cream. I just keep going back to it. Because sometimes it works. I've had a lot of winning trades on the 1 minute, but I've had a lot of losing trades on the 1 minute. Yeah. And you know, it just takes patience to be on the 5 minute. But what you just took is for how I trade, incredible. That is beautiful looking. And you may or may not have almost just hit profit. You like the 1 minute for the opening range breakout. Talk to me about that. Kind of gives you a sense of if it continues. So would you still wait though for a 5 minute to open and close? Or maybe it's between my ears, but I feel like it helps. So talk to me like you would wait for the 5 minute candle to open and close outside and then look at the 1 minute? Or you want to see what that 5 minute candle that opened and closed outside looks like on the 1 minute. So you take it on the 5 minute, but you look at the vibe on the 1 minute. Okay, cool. So you look at the vibe for like managing it, or just to see if it's gonna work. This is the way my brain works. Are we using that information to make decisions? But I track what you're saying. I'm just curious if it. Okay, look at this. This is where I don't know if you got filled. Oh dear. I don't know if you filled for a profit. Did you go right at the wick or did you go above it? if you went right at the wick. It depends on your fill. I don't know where you filled. If you filled a little early, you definitely didn't hit profit. Not really a system, not yet. There's a chance your trade just went 98% to target and then has now pulled back. And for that, I grieve for you. I'm sorry. Okay, so if you didn't have enough margin, just for fun, you could have just dropped your risk, right? Down to like 0.9 or 0.8 R. Or what are you trading with? Are you using funded next? And it's not to say the trade's done. Like, there's like your trade can still win. You got a lot of room. You have tons of room until it goes to stop you out. You might not get your fill. It might chop around for like an hour. Like, no joke. You got quite the room there. It might bounce around here for half an hour, and then what you do have in your favor is a huge move that I think is requiring a pullback, but we just don't know if this is the pullback. Yes, funded next 6K. I don't understand that. Can I tell you why? Because I've been trading. Well, let's do this right now. I've been trading this 6K, and I've never run into that issue. How is this happening? I'm not taking a trade, but okay. And are you using the wrist tool? Here's an interesting trick. Let's go to my demo. Which one is this? Nope. Wait. Oh, this one needs to be deleted. This is the one we're on right now, right? Yeah, okay, so from the next server, let's check this one. Yeah, okay, so what's this one? Sorry, I want to delete some old accounts here. Using the wrist tool. Okay. Let's go back to this one. This needs to be deleted. Okay, watch this. This tells me, this floating, is your tool moving with, is your wrist tool moving with the price? It should be. And if it is, this tells you, this lot tells you your max risk. Sorry, no. Okay, let's say I put this to something absurd like 3%. Okay? This is the max lot it will give me. It will not give me, watch, see this should change. Watch this. When I move my stop, I'm trying to use my finger right now, but watch this lot number. Okay, watch this lot number. It moves with my stop. Okay, which makes sense. Wider the stop, you need less lot. But watch this. At some point, as I go tight, it'll stop. It'll max me out at 0.21, which means Doug, I'm never going to give you more than 0.21 lot. That is the max margin, if you will, on it. My point is, no matter how tight I go, it'll still place the trade for me. It just, you can see the profit and loss shrinks. Like, see, if you watch, I'm trying to get a true 1%, which would be $60. Right now, I can't get more than, if I go too tight, it's showing me only $20. So, but it'll still fill the position. I don't understand, though. I'm just trying to figure, like, I know you're from a different country than me. I don't know if there's some rule. Not enough margin. So then, okay, what you should do, well, just play around with play around with what this max lot number it'll give you. And you can go like this just for fun. If you ever want to test the tool, watch this. Click the tool, click off of it. Now this is just a limit order. It won't get filled unless price hits there. And you can mess around and like place orders and just make sure things are working. Okay, and then obviously like go delete them all. But you can mess around and go, will it fill me if I do this? Yeah. What if I try to do 21? Yeah. But for you, will it place this, but then when price hits it, it doesn't actually fill? That's all these different variations, I'm not sure. But what I would do is memorize what this number is. Memorize what this number is that they let you trade. Whatever number is showing for you. And see if you can just place your trade slightly under that. Like, if you're trying to do a tighter stop and I don't know, just try to go a little bit under. It places the order, but I don't understand that. I think you gotta message. Well, you could message them and just figure it out. I just don't understand why I have the same account as you on MT4. Now you're using MT5, I think, but I don't think that would make a difference. Is there something in MT4 we're missing? I'm stumped on this one. I would love to help solve your problem, but I don't know what the issue is. I think I've run into this issue before, but I don't think it was funded next. I thought it was another. You could ask them that, you know what, their customer service is really good on their chat window or email, and just ask them, why am I getting this message? How do I avoid getting this message? How can I trade properly? In the meantime, maybe you have to drop your risk. Because technically, you might get the same issue even on like 100K. Because there's going to be that much more, like the math should be the same, I would think, because 1% should be the same math. 1% on 100K will be that much more lot size. Truly, I'm stumped. I'm just curious if there's some kind of rule that's programmed on your account because you're from a country that has, like, there's different rules. Like, different countries have these different rules on trading and margin and leverage. There still is a chance your trade can win. It's reacting here, and then it might curl over. But I wish I could help you on this, man. Oh yeah, especially because you're underneath the yeah, still a nice trade. But this just gave you an example of if you're able to go tighter, maybe with lower risk. Okay, here's a fun one. If you do 0.5% risk, you could take 2 trades. If your psychology is okay to take 2 trades, that way you still get 1% exposure every day. That's an option. Okay, I would like to really quickly. I'm only missing like 1 or 2 days here. So that's 13. I don't feel like doing the rest. I'm not in a backtesting mood right now. Let's I do notice that the tighter stops, TPs, and tweezers work more often. Yeah, I think so too, man, because we're not looking at some massive bigger picture. Yeah, we are going against the trend sometimes. Yep. Yeah, I think you're right, dude. So 13. I just want to see if there's a 7 a.m. EG. Yeah, but I would have lost 2. Tweezers. Oh man, I don't know. That's a nice triple bottom. And that's nice. Yeah, I see a set of tweezers and triple. Looks nice. I'm getting lazy. I don't want to do the VWAP stuff right now. I might just skip it. I just want to know if the opening range, how the opening range breakouts do. 12th. Ugly wick. ugly wick, we have a pass to not count that. Well, we counted on the ugly, sorry, we count the loss on the ugly one, but we do not count that as a trade. That would be the first one where there's not a big ugly wick underneath. Which makes a big difference in your drawdown, because right now you needed that win, man. The max drawdown's 4% there right now, which is nice so far. So that was the 12th. Hopefully this is the 9th. Gun, we're done. We're updated. Delete. We don't need this. Okay. Oh no, I wanted this whole row deleted. Shoot. What did I just do? That's the 12th. This whole row needs to be deleted. Okay, we're up to date now. So for the month of May, it's not going to be good. For the month of May, this strategy is down 4%. You know what I'm going to do? Because I keep doing this. Monthly total. Because I want to do this. May so far is down -4%. We don't know where it's going to end though. Okay, April was up 8%. Dude, this is powerful to see. But I also take more tight tweezers than you. Yeah, and that's okay, dude. You might see things. You know, my brother-in-law actually pointed that out, that he thinks the tight ones work as well. And that's fine. Totally fine. 7%. March was 6%. Wait. May, April, oh yeah, we've already done that one. Okay, so we've already done that one. February, 5%. Is anyone else just like a little bit blown away that this strategy should be working at all? 7%. Where was that? Right here. Holy freaking heck. December, I think, was down 2%. -2%, and I think November was minus as well. Oh, break even. Not a good way to end off the year, right? But this just kind of shows you can't extract cash from trading every month with my strategy. I know there are strategies out there better that are more consistent. Yep. But yeah, anyways. So what are you up for the year on this play? 22%. Well, that includes these months here. That includes, I just started back here. Let's break even. Those for that week. Okay, I'm gonna shut her down. Backtesting's up to date. It's kind of what I've been feeling, that I've been seeing. May sucked for the opening range breakout. So far. Oh, bro, if this closes like this, I think you're in good shape. I think I might, is my hunch. You'll get a push down. I wish I could take another trade right now, but I will not. You know why? I've now gotten to know myself. I know how I will feel if this third one loses. Not good. I will not be in a good headspace. And I think this is the part of trading that needs to just evolve for each trader. Know yourself. But I will not be taking that. But I do like how this is setting up for you. This is beautiful. Wick. Now, nothing's to say they can't fill all that selling and then push back up, but I like it. Okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Good chats. Man, you're like the you gotta put like a superstar badge next to this guy. Appreciate all your interaction on the chat, my friend. Okay, peace out. I'm gonna end it. Catch you tomorrow. Oh, there'll be a lot more streams for me to announce this, but next week I am not here the entire week. I'm traveling for work, and we'll be busy in the mornings with work. It's a convention. So, anyways, I will not be here, which means if you go find a better stream, I will lose you. But it's all good, bro. I'll be back. Yeah, so I'll be here all week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then the next week, next full week, I will not be on.